Hello, and welcome to the 2020 CRANawards, AIA Cincinnati's annual awards program for residential architecture. My name is Andreas Lang. I'm the chair for the CRANawards committee, and I will be your host this evening. While we all wish that we could be together to celebrate in person, as is our tradition, we feel fortunate and thankful that we can still celebrate this program as a virtual event. And perhaps it's even somehow fitting that an award show that celebrates the best of our homes is being celebrated from our homes. The CRANawards Committee and AIA leadership have assembled an excellent program for you this evening, and we hope you will enjoy. But first, I'd like to give a moment to our sponsors who have made this program possible.
The English Contractor is a proud sponsor of the Custom Residential Architects Network, and much of our work is the result of robust partnerships with many of the talented architects within this group. With founder Craig Russell at the helm, the English Contractor is a custom building and remodeling firm with an in-house team of skilled building and renovation specialists and dedicated project directors. We are your partners throughout the process, with a steadfast commitment to the highest standards of quality and craftsmanship in taking your project from plans to completion. We're with you every step of the way. If you can dream it, we can build it. Learn more at theenglishcontractor.com.
Now more than ever, it's important for you and your family to enjoy the spaces you're in most often. Count on the experts at Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery to help you make the most of home and create a space you'll love to live in together. Shop online or schedule a personalized consultation to discover stunning products from brands like Brizo. From the comfort of your own home.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for their generous support. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, the English Contractor, our gold sponsor, Ferguson, our silver level sponsors, bronze level sponsors, and supporters. To begin tonight's program, I would like to welcome Cynthia Williams, AIA Cincinnati's chapter president.
Good evening. I'm Cynthia Williams, the 2020 president of AIA Cincinnati, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's program, CRANawards, our local celebration of residential architecture. AIA Cincinnati is one of over 200 chapters worldwide of the American Institute of Architects, the National Professional Organization of Architects. The AIA was founded in 1857 and now has over 95,000 members worldwide. Here locally, AIA Cincinnati has over 400 members from 9 Southwest Ohio counties. We were founded in 1870 as the fourth oldest chapter of the AIA, and that makes 2020 our sesquicentennial anniversary. More information about our celebration for that will be coming out in the next few months. I want to thank our local leadership team. In addition to myself as president, we are ably served by John Jaskowitz, our vice president, Angela Masi, our secretary, and Jeff Razor as our treasurer. We're also quite grateful to our executive director, Julie Carpenter. Of course, none of this would be possible without our wonderful sponsors. We're very lucky this year to have the support of Marsh Building Products, Marvin Window and Door Classics as our sesquicentennial sponsor. We're grateful for their support this year and throughout the years, but especially in this very special year, our sesquicentennial anniversary. In addition to Marvin Marsh, we have 9 other title sponsors, and they are the English Contractor, Cincinnati Commercial Contracting, GOP Limited, Hamilton Parker, Kirker Kubala, Mansion Hill Custom Floors, Oswald Insurance, Tisdale Distributing, and the V Collective. We ask you to support them whenever possible because we are very grateful for their support. And now I'm going to turn you back over to Andreas, who will give us a little more information about tonight's program. Thanks again for coming.
The Cincinnati CRANawards is an annual awards program organized by the AIA Cincinnati. CRAN, short for Custom Residential Architects Network, is a knowledge community of the American Institute of Architects, or AIA. Our local CRAN group focuses on the specific needs of local residential architects and designers whose focus and methods tend to differ from commercial design and construction practices. The CRAN Awards was first held in 2009 under what was then called the Cora Awards. The program and the name of the group has evolved, but the focus has remained the same: to celebrate and highlight the best in local residential architecture. The Cincinnati CRANawards focuses exclusively on residential design and is the only such program held by an AIA chapter in the country. The program is a formal event. Guests arrive for a cocktail hour and networking, which lasts most of the evening. A plated dinner is served prior to a lecture by our guest juror. Awards and recognition are then announced at the end of the evening. More than just a chance to hand out trophies, the CRAN Awards allows all members of the residential design community to come together and celebrate each other's work. Each year, the CRAN Awards Committee selects a jury chair from outside the Cincinnati region to lead a jury for the judging of the awards. The jury chair is instructed to select 3 to 4 individuals in their region to fill out the jury. In the past, we've had jury chairs from all around the country representing a wide range of styles and approaches to design. This year, we feel honored to have Dave Darling of Adlin Darling Design in San Francisco as our jury chair. He has assembled an excellent jury of peers in the San Francisco region. Here to introduce just a little bit more about the judging process and jury, including a background in his own firm, is Dave Darling.
Hello, my name is Dave Darling of Adlin Darling Design. It was a real honor to chair this year's jury for the AIA Cincinnati chapter's CRAN Awards and to have this opportunity to share some of my background. Given my history in the Cincinnati area, I really regret that I couldn't travel to Cincinnati to congratulate each award winner in person. Before turning this back over to Andreas et al. To announce the award winners, I'd like to give this year's award some context by saying a few things about our jury and our judging process. Each juror was given an opportunity to review and evaluate every submission independently. The jurors then convened in person at our studio at Adlin Darling Design in San Francisco on March 5th. One of the last actual in-person meetings that we had before everything shut down. After long, lively deliberations, each juror's individual evaluations were reconciled to select the winners. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the jury found solid consensus and that we were genuinely impressed by the overall quality of all the submissions. The jury was selected for its diversity and broad range of personal and professional perspectives. Each juror occupies a unique niche within the profession of architecture that has profoundly contributed to its growth and progression. The jury included William Duff, founder and managing principal of WDA, or William Duff Architects. WDA is an innovative, award-winning practice with diverse clients and commissions and is nationally recognized for creating responsible, sustainable architecture. His work is known for its elegant simplicity, both in plan and detail, and for sophisticated use of materials, light, and warmth to create innovative modern spaces. WDA's body of work is particularly impressive given its broad range of project types, including flagship retail stores, single and multi-family homes, restaurants, office spaces, cafes, wineries, art galleries, and full building renovations. William Duff received his Bachelor of Architecture from Cornell University and his Master's in Construction Management from Colorado State University. Lisa Awamoto. Lisa Awamoto is a founding partner of Awamoto Scott Architecture, which she leads together with her partner Craig Scott. Awamoto Scott has received numerous awards, including the National Design Award for Interiors in 2019, Interior Design Hall of Fame in 2018, the Architectural League's Emerging Voices and Young Architects, Architectural Records Design Vanguard, and over 20 AIA AIA Design Awards, including a National Award, a PA Award, and numerous other architecture and interior awards. Their work has been published in hundreds of journals and exhibited in numerous museums and galleries. Lisa received her master's degree with distinction from Harvard University and a Bachelor of Science degree in structural engineering from the University of Colorado. She is author of Digital Fabrications, Architectural and Material Techniques, published in 2009 by Princeton Architectural Press, and is a professor of architecture at the University of California, Berkeley. Adam Rouse. Adam Rouse is a senior associate at our office in San Francisco of Adlin Darling Design, where he has worked for the last 14 years. Adam's work has received numerous local, national, and international awards and recognition, including most recently a Record House designation from Architectural Record. His recent work includes a newly completed pavilion on the waterfront campus of Expedia in Seattle. Adam was born and raised in Cincinnati and received both his undergraduate degree and his master's in architecture from the University of Cincinnati. Upon graduating, Adam worked in New York City before coming to San Francisco to join us at Adlin Darling Design. In tandem with being a key component of Adlin Darling Design's success, Adam has established himself as a much sought-after architectural photographer. His photography work for Adlin Darling Design and other designers has been published extensively, including in Architectural Record, Wallpaper, and Dwell magazines. Zahid Zardar. Zahid Zardar is a San Francisco-based editor, writer, and curator specializing in architecture, interiors, and design. He was for a long time the San Francisco Chronicle's architecture and design editor for actually 20 years, and is founding editor-in-chief of Spaces magazine. He has curated international design exhibits and has taught design history at the California College of the Arts. His writing appears in the New York Times and Dwell, and he has written extensively for many publications, including Western Interiors and Design, Interiors, Interior Design, House and Garden, Elle Decor, House Beautiful, and Landscape Architecture magazines. Zahid's many design books include San Francisco Modern, West Coast Modern Architecture, Interiors and Design, and In and Out of Paris, Gardens of Secret Delights. Lastly, before handing things back, I'd like to offer a few words about myself and Adlin Darling Design. A few years back, as part of the Smithsonian Cooper Hewitt's National Design Awards, we hired a filmmaker and a friend of ours, Zach Shapiro, to do a very short video that captured the essence of Adlin Darling Design. Before I play it, for reference and context, I will attempt to compress approximately 60-minute talk into just a few minutes that speak of our origins. Joshua Adlin and myself both grew up in rural Ohio. We received our professional degrees in architecture from the University of Cincinnati in 1988. At the time, UC's architecture program was steeped in postmodernism and the legacy of Michael Graves. Semantics, iconic symbols, even cartoon characters were the tools of the trade. While at UC, a few serendipitous things would happen that would forever change our trajectory as architects. One was an insurrection of faculty from South America that offered a counterpoint to a pedagogy based in European classicism. Another was an internship I did in San Diego, where I met a protege of the late Mexican architect Luis Barragan. Both of these experiences introduced me to a completely different way of thinking about architecture, an approach that was free of the symbolic, or virtually free of the symbolic, and one that emphasized nature and natural phenomenon. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the late David Nyland, who had a lasting impact on both Joshua and myself. So fast forward to 1997, Josh and I reconnect in San Francisco under the halo of Silicon Valley. It was the dawn of a new digital age where digital media proliferates and offers a persuasive tool for exploring and presenting design and architecture. While we embraced these new tools, we were very wary of the dominance of the visual within our profession, at the expense of the other senses. This was among our earliest conversations that would form the basis of our practice. We discussed the boundaries between reality and simulation and how these boundaries had become ever more obscured. We discussed the separation of mind and body. Eventually, through these conversations, we had an epiphany to build an architectural practice literally around the woodshop. This would enable us to explore design at a one-to-one relationship and at a variety of scales. The ultimate goal for us was to explore and practice design that considered all the human senses and engaged the human spirit. In pursuit of this goal, with an incredible team and an extended family of builders, artists, craftspeople, engineers, and chefs, we would embrace the concept of a transdisciplinary design practice, one that is hands-on and surrounds us with an ever-changing collection of materials, objects, mock-ups, prototypes, as well as a myriad of influences. This has enabled us to apply the same ethos and sensibility at very different scales in different situations, from the design of a piece of furniture to a large building. Over the years, we discovered that our kit of parts can be found in nature and natural phenomenon. We began to embrace the notion that framing, reflecting, excavating, and elevating the latent potential of a project site and its inherent qualities can be extremely effective. By understanding this, we are able to uncover a site's latent spirit of place. This approach taps into many layers, emotive, phenomenal, and temporal. It can take on a kinetic quality, like the play of wind on a silhouette in refracted daylight. One can feel the wind with their eyes. The interaction and contrast between architecture and nature can be celebrated through very simple means. Through both high and low-tech fabrication methods, a space can be given form and an experience can be given sensuality. Ultimately, building and nature become codependent or mutually inclusive. Most of our work is a manifestation of what we call full-body listening, a phrase we borrowed from one of our kids' school teachers. It involves using all the senses to gain maximum understanding, tactility, smell and taste, auditory, and how all of these things can relate to the visual. With each project, this involves a very nonlinear process. In this case, resulting in the Wendover Contemplative Center at the Stanford University. And with that, before I sign off with our 100-second video, I'd like to announce once again, or congratulate once again, all the award winners for their great work.
There's an ethos in our studio which truly nurtures the exploration of a wide range of materials, from the very low-tech to the very high-tech.
The machine has separated us from who we are and our sense of being in the world. And if there's any way our work can reconnect us to ourselves and to place, that's what it's all about. Designing for all the senses is how you achieve that.
And now on to the awards. The awards this year are divided into 8 categories. Some of these categories are ones that may be familiar. The Architectural Addition, Architectural Interior, Multi-Unit Housing, and New Custom Home are all categories that we've seen before. This year, the CRANawards committee added 4 new categories: the 25-Year Award, Student, Kitchen, and People's Choice Award. These categories were added to refresh the program and extend the reach of the audience. We also made a few adjustments to the awards themselves. Rather than giving multiple awards in each category, we instructed our jury to stick by the categories and award just 1 award per category. Sort of the way an Oscar is an Oscar, a CRANaward is a CRANaward. Also, we're introducing the idea of finalists. In the past, previous judges have always commented that in each category, 2 or 3 projects always rise to the top. Having finalists is a way to recognize those projects within each category that are the best of class. So, to get our awards program started, I'd like to introduce Craig Russell, the English contractor.
So it's my privilege this year to introduce 3 award categories. Those categories are the 25-Year Award, the Student Award, and the Kitchen Award. First category is the 25-Year Award. So this is an award category recognised for a project for enduring qualities and stood the test of time. And the winner for this category is 1112 Fort View Place by John Senhauser. Sited at the end of the street on a steep slope, surrounded by woods, 1112 Fort View Place looks out over the Ohio River for a dramatic perch on the edge of Mount Adams. Although modern in appearance, this project actually is a complete renovation of an existing story single house that failed to meet the needs for a growing family. By first adding out and then over the former structure, the new building completely encapsulates the old house. New spaces including additional bedrooms, master suite, family loft and a library. The existing structure was modified to contain more social and public areas of the home, openings between double levels and double heights wrapped around glass, interlocking the new and old space, creating a dramatic sunlit volumes. Finally, a sweeping terrace on the south facade extends the living room and reaches out into the river and the horizons above. Congratulations and well done to John Senhauser Architecture. Our next category is the Student Award category. This category was created to increase participants between the academic and the architectural professional design communities. The student category is open to any student within the residential component, and the only requirement is that a student is enrolled within the architectural program within the Cincinnati area. This year we received 11 entries. From that, the jury has selected 3 finalists, and the finalists are The Nest House by Victoria Wangstra the University of Cincinnati. The Greenhouse Development Project by Rachel McGee, University of Cincinnati. The Roof House by Anne Hagen, University of Cincinnati. And the winner is Roof House by Anne Hagen. Completed under the direction and instruction of Whitney Haymaker, this studio project investigated affordable housing on the Cincinnati Northside neighbourhood. The project design concept balances privacy and visibility. The design plays with the locations of doors and entry sequence by flipping the programme from having the bedrooms at the back of the home to having them at the front. The dynamic interior responds directly to the conditions of the interior. With setbacks being large due to garage slopes, privacy from bedrooms works in different manners. This in turn allows for living spaces to be more towards the south wall, providing the opportunity for more natural light within the building. Well done. My last category to present today is the kitchen category. Many residential projects involved updating kitchen spaces. The CRAN committee decided to create a separate category to focus on kitchens. The finalists for this category are the BC Kitchen by Ryan Duber Architects and Riverview Kitchen by Square Inch Design. And the winner is, drumroll please, Riverview Kitchen by Square Inch Design. This kitchen renovation occupies the top floor of a building overlooking the Ohio River. The new homeowner wanted more than an open kitchen and took advantage of the river views. With this in mind, one of the very first tasks was working with the builder and the Homeowners Association to replace several glass sliding doors along the balcony. The design for the new fixed glass windows complemented the aesthetics of the existing building and maximising the views outwards. As with the exterior, streamlining and simplifying the interior whilst elements visually obstructions was the utmost important throughout the renovation.
Hi, my name is Mark Waffler, and I'm at Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery. I'm pleased to present the finalists for Architectural Addition. The category is open to projects that include an addition or exterior alteration to an existing residential building. The finalists are Artichoke by Terry Bowling Architect, Forest Hill by Drawing Department, Concert House by Drawing Department. And the winner is Artichoke by Terry Bowling Architect. The project is a 4,500 square foot renovation in addition to an abandoned building in the historic Findlay Market area of Over the Rhine. Artichoke, a curated cookware retail space, occupies the first floor, with 2 apartments above. The ground floor of the existing building was previously an awning shop, last used in the 1950s, with the only access to the upper floors provided by an exterior steel stair. As the existing interior stair for the upper floors bifurcated the footprint of the building into small spaces, an exterior stair and balcony were developed to provide access and egress, an open floor plan, and generous terraces for the apartments above. The new steel balcony structure also provides sun shading for the exposed southern facade. The project was subject to a high degree of scrutiny by the Historic Review Board due to the modern detailing and the use of perforated steel cladding at the stairs and balcony. The project has achieved LEED Gold certification and has served as a catalyst for development on the block. The new storefront was designed using custom steel plate box frames to negotiate the out-of-square construction of the existing storefront structure, providing a deep shadow line between the new glazing and the existing cast iron columns. Both of the apartments are organized around the existing window openings on the south facade, where enclosed spaces are pulled away from the south walls to create an uninterrupted flow of space. Cherry plywood walls and sliding doors define the second floor apartment, while 2-story spatial volumes define the third floor unit.
Good evening. My name is Dave Green with Marsh Building Products, Marvin Windows and Doors. I'm the branch manager here at the Montgomery showroom. Marsh is proud to be a charter vendor sponsor of the original Cora and now CRAN going all the way back to 2004. This year, however, we are the sesquicentennial sponsor for the AIA Cincinnati's 150th anniversary. Congratulations to all of you. With that, it's my privilege to introduce the finalists for the architectural interiors. This category is open to projects focused on any interior space of residential structure. The finalists are Lakota by Drawing Department, Ambleside Master Suite by Drawing Department, Covington Bath by Cynthia Williams Architect, and the winner is Ambleside Master Suite by Drawing Department. This Master Suite renovation was executed within the shell of a contemporary home. With the existing amenities and decor befitting the original 1975 construction, the soaring roof lines and clerestory windows were preserved, but spaces were more efficiently apportioned for the current owners. Although an addition was not feasible, the owners requested a substantial increase in storage capacity. Specific effort was made to recapture as much underutilized space as possible, including a portion of the unconditioned attic space above the garage. Big change was achieved through several small and subtle yet impactful choices. With an emphasis on abundant natural light, new windows were strategically added to visually expand each space and to create a lofty treehouse quality. The angular spaces and rigorous geometry were offset by a restrained, warm palette of materials that includes rift-sawn white oak casework and white walls to showcase the owner's colorful, eclectic art collection. Acid-etched glass doors intentionally blur the boundary between primary and secondary space and allow light to pass from one room to the other. Careful flush mirror detailing wraps the bathroom walls and extends to the new window, bringing the tree canopy into the otherwise tight and sequestered space. Congratulations, Drawing Department. Our next category is multi-unit housing. These projects are buildings with more than one residence, including townhomes, apartments, condominiums, and mixed-use buildings. The finalists are The Stannery by Terry Bowling Architects, Alta Flats by New Republic, 1010 on the Rhine by GBBN, and the winner is The Stannery by Terry Bowling Architect. The Stannery is a 4-story, 3-unit urban infill in the historic over-the-Rhine neighborhood of Cincinnati. The owners live in the 3rd and 4th floor penthouse unit, and the remaining 2 floors are apartments. The site strategy was based on maintaining maximum street frontage on the Ray Street facade and alley garage, while slimming the plan to create courtyards to the south and north of the building to let in more light. All units have direct access to exterior spaces and terraces, and the 4th floor penthouse has a generous terrace overlooking Ray Street with a large retractable glass wall opening to the kitchen and living area. There is another terrace facing east that is also accessible from the penthouse living area. The entire project was subject to intense scrutiny by the Historic Review Board as it reconciles strict historic guidelines with contemporary considerations of detail, material, and space. 2 types of gray ironstone brick clad the principal facade, articulated by a stainless steel joint. Cement fiberboard rain screen cladding is used throughout the remainder of the building. The windows on the Ray Street facade are created with custom steel plates, projecting out from the upper floor and receding at the ground level. The guardrail for the upper terrace is articulated as a cornice element capping the brick volume, and is created from steel plate and perforated steel panels. The project has achieved LEED Gold certification. Congratulations, Terry Bowling, architect. Our next category is new custom home. This is any new single-family residence regardless of size. The finalists are Walsh Road Residence, Lake House in Tennessee by Synthesis Architecture, Casa del Bosque by Alex Gormley, and the winner is Casa del Bosque by Alex Gormley. A house is a spatial manifestation of the comfort and warmth of family. It should provide an escape from the day-to-day, delivering the resident to a state of mind which no other space in the world can. This notion molded the conception of Casa del Bosque, meant to be a retreat for the family. The house eases their day-to-day state of mind, merging it with the natural landscape which dominates the site. Inspired by the client's strong memories of hikes throughout the site, the house manifests itself through a composition of heavy cast masses and intertwined sheltering eaves. The earthly masses dominate the circulation through the house, providing moments of privacy to contrast the area extensions which reach out to the surrounding landscape on the spaces dedicated to pause. Spatial sequencing was thoroughly crafted, from the automobile approach through the compressing, decompressing spaces in the house.
Good evening. My name is Rick Meyer with Meyer Brothers & Sons. I will be taking over as the CRANawards chair for next year's program. My hope is to continue this great and unique Cincinnati tradition, building on Andreas' hard work for the last several years. He's been instrumental in making this happen year in and year out, and we really appreciate your service. Thank you, Andreas. Also, I'm here tonight to present the People's Choice Award. This is the first year that we've had this category, so this is somewhat new for us. We publish all the entries on Instagram, on the AIA's website, and then ask people to vote for their favorites. The thought was to open up the judging for all and to more openly share the good work of Cincinnati residential architects. This year, we received 360 votes, receiving 41% of the votes and winning the People's Choice Awards is Casa del Bosque by Luis Sabadar and Alex Gormley. Congratulations.
This concludes our program. Congratulations to all the award winners this evening. Your trophies will be in the mail. We promise. We didn't want to send them ahead of time and ruin the surprise. Thank you to all the firms who have submitted work this year. Thank you to the sponsors for all of their generous support. And thank you to the CRANawards Committee and leadership at AIA Cincinnati for their guidance in this program. And thank you for tuning in. Hopefully next year we will have the chance to get together again in person for the CRANawards. But until then, stay safe and keep doing good work. Good night.